All right, hello everybody. Demo the Warrior here,
Hello.
back again with Austin. If you didn't see, we did a review on Monday on Monday Night Raw, the Legends Night. Let's just say it was over an hour of Austin ranting his head off about Goldberg. But so
I
Austin
gotta be
wanted,
honest.
huh?
I wasn't. I was so mad at myself for getting that mad. Just to be honest.
Yeah. Tonight was New Year's Evil for NXT. They had their special. I didn't get to watch because I was at work. So Austin was the only one who watched this show, but he said he wants to do a review on it. So I guess I'll let Austin take the floor.
Okay, so we start off with a package of Timothy Thatcher, somebody that I really don't like. I can't stand. He's so bland. Like he's like one of the most blandest parts of NXT.
Damn.
Got an injury update, so he couldn't compete tonight. So his match, I guess, got scrapped. I don't know who he's
Timothy Thatcher was
facing.
injured.
Yeah, I can't remember who he was facing because it didn't even show on the card that I looked up earlier. But Timothy Thatcher is injured, so
I don't even know
there's
what the
that.
match order was for this show.
Oh, the match order, I'm gonna go with it because I'm on their channel, so I'm looking at the clips just so I memorize everything, like promos and everything. Because I didn't take notes. I was gonna take notes, but I didn't take notes.
Mm-hmm. He said nuts.
Notes, not notes.
Nuts.
So and the show, and then finally, commentators introduce themselves, and Damian Priest comes out because it opens up with Damian Priest and Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
Great match. Actually, pretty good match. One of the three matches that was good. The first good match, I should say, of three.
Yeah, so
Um,
they announced 4 matches for their show. Well, for this show, but it turned out to be 6 matches.
yeah. So the whole focus on the match was basically Karrion Kross was focused on the injured ribs of Damian Priest. Damian Priest apparently is going to go to the main roster soon, from what I heard,
Oh God.
which I don't know why. If anybody, I told Demo earlier, if anybody's going to the main roster, Rhea Ripley, Raw, please. They need more of a women's roster.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if not, we're stuck with Nia Jax and Lana, and we really don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
So Karrion Kross wins with a Saito suplex and a forearm for some reason.
Was Scarlett with him?
Yeah, Scarlett was with him, as good as ever.
What do you mean by that?
She's a good talent.
He said as good as ever. The freaking Goldberg.
Thank God Goldberg didn't show up tonight. Oh God. Alright, next, let me open up my phone again, because now my phone's asleep.
Oh yeah. Wasn't Finn and Kyle the main event?
Yeah, that was the main. We'll get to that, you're Russian.
I just was wondering if it was the main event or not, because I know sometimes they don't have the NXT title in the main event.
Yeah. Mercedes Martinez did a promo saying that she's coming for the NXT Women's Championship.
I mean, Io Shirai
That's
beat everybody else, so literally everybody.
Yeah, so and then the first of the awful matches. Oh my God. Santos Escobar, Cruiserweight Champion. This is how defeated they are with the Cruiserweight Championship. They've already put NXT. They put it on this boring Santos Escobar. I know he was King Cuerno. I know he was in Lucha Underground, but he's still boring. But the challenger is not even an interesting challenger. It's Grand Metalik. Why would I want to see Grand Metalik? This is the second time I've seen Grand Metalik this week.
That right.
I saw him on Raw Legends night and tonight, and I didn't want to see him there. I don't want to see him here.
Is he on your shit list?
No, it's just he's not good. Like,
oh my god.
I just don't like him.
So who won?
Santos Escobar with his stupid Samoan driver. I swear everybody uses a Samoan driver. Freaking Mike Bennett uses a Samoan driver. God dang. Metalik uses a Samoan driver. And then Santos Escobar uses a Samoan driver. Stop using Samoan drivers. Half the people that use them aren't even Samoan.
It's gonna end up like the super kick one day.
Probably is. It's the default finisher on the WWE games.
That's true. What was the
I
next
swear.
match?
Okay, so next promo / match. Give me a second. I need to keep my phone. Okay. Next match was Xia Li. Oh man.
Austin told
It's
me
the
he
second-
has some stuff to say about Xia Li.
Oh god. So there's been some promos about Xia Li and Boa.
Mm-hmm.
Two Chinese wrestlers. I don't care for them. They've been jobbers ever since they've been in NXT. Xia Li's, I think, shown up in the Rumble twice.
Yeah.
But besides that, Xia Li has done nothing. Until now, where they come out with a samurai accompanying them. Xia Li, I wish I had a picture so Demo can edit this, because I couldn't find a picture. But Xia Li looks like she's wearing a curtain on her head. I swear to God, it's like a red freaking curtain. It's like a hat. And it's got like a hole where the head would go, because like it's basically like a curtain, and then it's got like a rod where there's fabric. I don't know what kind of Chinese thing that is, or if that's. I don't care if it's their culture. It looks dumb.
Oh, Austin, you're gonna get called a bigot for that and an uncultured swine.
Oh God, I'm sorry. But still, it looks stupid. She looked like she's wearing a curtain.
Somebody's gonna clip that and be like, "I don't care about your culture."
And then, Boa looks like an extra from the Matrix. Looks like Agent Smith, a Chinese Agent Smith. And I'm like, why? Why? So they get into the ring. Xia Li faces this jobber. I think that the girl that was facing her actually had like a match with teaming with Sin Cara against Andrade and Zelina Vega at one point. Can't remember her name for the life of me. But she was like a masked wrestler. Basically, it was a squash match. Freaking Xia Li won with a kick, because everybody does kicks at this point. Might as well have this one do a kick. I didn't care. The only thing that made me pop was their outfits, because what was that? They go outside the ring and they go down the ramp. They don't walk down the ramp and into the backstage area. Their smoke comes out of the samurai's chair and they disappear. I'm not kidding you. Why? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, that has to be one of the most mud show things I've seen on this show. Oh, God. Okay, next. Oh, I think it was Bronson Lee who was supposed to face Timothy Thatcher. So Bronson Lee promises big things, says 2021 is going to be his year, and then says that he's rooting for Rhea Ripley in this next match. So Rhea Ripley comes out, and it's Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley. The second of the good matches. So, I mean, this was a typical last man stand or woman standing. They put Raquel Gonzalez over. I don't know why. I don't understand why. I mean, I get that Rhea Ripley has nothing to do, but you're making her You made her lose to Toni Storm last week, and now making her lose to Raquel Gonzalez. I think she took the pin in War Games too.
I think. No, EO took the pin at War Games. But
Did she?
I think they're trying to build up Raquel because they had her pin EO at War Games and now Rhea. So I guess they're trying to build Raquel up as this big threat, I guess, of the women's division.
But the thing is, Raquel is boring. Like,
she calls herself the female Kevin Nash. I saw her. She made a post. She called herself Big Mommy Cool.
Yeah, like
Austin said no.
She's legit just the. I mean, she could probably work like Kevin Nash. I mean, as long as she tears her quads. I mean, that's all she's got to do.
This isn't related to NXT, but this is gonna make you mad, Austin.
Oh, what?
So someone made a post on Instagram that said Finn Balor defends Goldberg's return. And it says, while speaking to Metro, Finn Balor said, "Those guys carved out their legacy and proven over the years that they belong on the show. Whether it's for one night or every night, that doesn't affect me and shouldn't affect anyone else. For me, when the tide comes in, all the ships rise. If we can have Goldberg on the show, if we can have anyone on the show for one night, I feel it's better one night than never. I welcome these legends with open arms."
Send me that link. We're going to take a look at that after we review NXT. We're going to take a look at that. Okay.
It's on Instagram, not Twitter this time.
Alright. Now, as I was saying, Raquel Gonzalez goes over. It was boring. I mean, I like the match. I don't like Raquel Gonzalez. She's more of a muscle than anything to me. Mainly because that.
Because this is off topic, but you said Xia Li faced a jobber chick.
Yeah, it was the one that was like booked on Raw for a couple weeks.
Because someone posted a thing. Was her name Katarina Cortez? Was she wearing like pink?
Yeah. Because she was on Raw for a couple weeks with Sin Cara before he got released.
Oh yeah, I do remember her.
Yeah, so I remember she was with Sin Cara, and I mentioned that, but like I couldn't remember her name for the life of me. But so yeah, that happened, and I was like, why? But I mean, I guess they want Raquel Gonzalez. I mean, what are they gonna do? She's still with Dakota Kai. Are they gonna break him up?
I don't know. Because
if they break him up, are they gonna turn Dakota Kai heel or face? Because she wasn't really good as a face. I mean, she was a good wrestler, but not good as a character.
I mean, if they do push Raquel to face Io, and if she does beat Io and becomes women's champion, like, I feel like they'll probably do a storyline where, like, Dakota will be mad at her because, like, she was supposed to be the successful one and Raquel was supposed to help her. So then they'll probably turn Dakota face, I'd imagine. If that's what they end up doing.
I don't want them to turn Dakota face, though, because Dakota is actually a pretty good heel. And, like,
I figured Dakota would have been champion by now.
I know. I wanted her to be Io at 30.
You know, me too. Even though Io is my baby girl, but Dakota.
It's a little creepy, man. Just gotta say that.
Man, you over here saying that you'd get behind Lana if you could. You'd get behind.
Okay.
Goddamn. Accusing me when you guilty.
Well, I mean, you called her your baby girl. It reminds me of that, like, that. I don't know. It's a little weird.
Reminds you of what?
It reminds me of a clip from a Netflix movie that just unsettles me. So
Cuties, Austin?
no, it was just God, nah. No, that is disgusting.
Anyway.
Jesus. Okay, we go from that to the Undisputed Era of Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Weird pairing, but okay. Announcing that they're going to be going into the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
So are they doing a men's and women's Dusty Classic?
Yes,
Oh,
they're doing
God.
a men and women's. And then the way comes out with cops. They come escorted by cops, and then the cops leave. Johnny Gargano is celebrating his curse being lifted or whatever. I don't know. I don't care about the way. He gets a couple gifts. And then freaking Dexter Lumis rings a bell. Shotzi Blackheart comes out. And Kushida comes out. And then he shows a painting of Kushida and Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice and Gargano. And the last of the bad matches start. And before we get to the bad match, through the match, they decide to put the mute Dexter Lumis on commentary. They're like, okay, he finally says something, right? Right? No, he says nothing. They just mention it, and then they pan to it a couple times, and he makes a couple faces. What? Whose idea was this? Triple H, if this was your idea, you need to get on some meds, dude. Like, did that torn pectoral get to you? Did you getting, did that, whatever spot that you took at 35 get to you?
Oh, God, no, I'm seeing stuff about Raw now, but we can get to that after.
Oh, God. Alright. So, Shotzi and Kushida face the way, and Gargano and Lorray do their whole tricks. Candice almost sacrifices herself for Johnny, and then Kushida gets a roll up on Johnny and wins, so he pinned the North American champion. And while we're talking about Kushida, why is he the Japanese Elias? Why is he wearing skinny jeans wrestling? Why does everybody wear skinny jeans? Freaking John Moxley wears his goddamn camo pants. Elias wears his ripped skinny jeans. Freaking Kushida wears skinny jeans. God, I swear you could just pick somebody up off the street with skinny jeans and put them in a wrestling ring and they'll wrestle. Get them some gear. So that happened. And then we get announced that NXT TakeOver comes to this way on Valentine's Day. They didn't even take the advantage of calling it St. Valentine's Day Massacre. They just called it NXT TakeOver. They couldn't even make a logo that was like Valentine's Day themed. It's just the regular NXT TakeOver logo. So, I mean, I guess I'm watching that because I don't have plans for Valentine's Day, sadly.
Yeah, me neither.
So, fun. I mean, I'm going to get to see the Way win. I bet you Johnny will still be the champion by then. So we'll get to see that. Maybe it's going to be the Way versus Kushida. Or Johnny versus Kushida.
Perhaps, maybe.
And then we'll get to see freaking Candice versus Shotzi for the 50th time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Shotzi will break her arm again. I mean, break Candice's arm again.
Oh God.
What's next, Austin? Because I did not watch this show.
The main event was next.
Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT Championship.
So, this match was hard hitting. It was great. It was probably the number one best match of the show. Although Finn, we're gonna give you a talking to after after we talk about your match. But so Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly, they got really physical in their first match. This is Finn's first match since getting his jaw broken in that match.
Mm-hmm.
So every time they fight, I swear, they get injuries. I swear, tomorrow we're gonna get like an injury report or something. Because
maybe, perhaps
one spot that Kyle was biting the ropes because he was getting out of submission because he couldn't use his hands or his legs, so he was biting the ropes. Balor gets out of it and kicks the ropes, hurts Kyle's jaw, so it could be fractured. Then Kyle like does a move. It was like some type of move in like Nick's Finn's arm on the turnbuckle, so his arm's hurt. I don't know what happened for Finn Balor to get a nasty cut by his eye. He got like a nasty cut. I don't know how, but it was towards the end of the match. Like blood was going into his eye, like everything. And then Finn Balor went for the kidney again, and then hit, didn't hit anything. He really put a submission in, a jaw submission mixed with like, it was like it started with an abdominal stretch. Then he went for a Rings of Saturn,
mm-hmm.
and turned it into like I guess like a chin lock, and got the win against Kyle. So, the end of it, Kyle looks disappointed with Undisputed Era, holding his jaw, and Finn stands tall with a nasty cut, might I say. And that was the end of the show. I would say it was, from what I've told you before I give my like rating of it. What did you think of what I told you?
I mean, it seemed like oh shit, excuse me. It seemed like a decent show. It seemed like it had some decent matches, but it didn't seem like it was the best takeover ever. Or, well, I don't even think it was a takeover.
It wasn't. It was a regular show
called New Year's Evil, but they treated it like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just hearing it was alright. That's why I didn't have much input into this review, because I didn't watch the show because I was at work. So I don't really have any opinions on these matches because I didn't watch them. So,
I mean, only 3 of them were good. Like, if you would have saw the freaking Xia Li crap, he would have died too. Cause like that was the one time that I felt like why? It was like a 2-minute match, and like, for one, a squash match only needs to be like a minute, not 2. I don't know. I could go on about that match, but I'm not going to, because some Irishman said something about Goldberg, didn't he?
oh yeah, Finn Balor.
Oh, Finn, why? Finn, why? Finn. Alright, this is gonna take me... Okay, so how did you get the link or whatever?
I sent it to you on Instagram. I sent you 2 things.
Okay, I see what it's saying. So those guys have carved their legacy out. Goldberg hasn't.
The only thing he carved was the cut on his forehead when he slammed it against the door.
Exactly. For me, when Ty comes in and all ships rise, he said, if we could have Goldberg on the show, if we could have anyone on the show, Shut up, Ken. You Irish piece of garbage. I'm losing respect for you just watching it. I mean, not watching it, but reading this. God. Jesus, man. Why? You just had a great match, and now I'm like telling you to shut up because you're talking about Goldberg. I've already said what I could say about Goldberg. What am I supposed to say at this point? Like, I already talked about his family, and like, I talked about him going to make freaking Drew McIntyre like draws. Like, what am I supposed to say? Oh, God. Jesus, I don't know what.
The hatred for Goldberg.
I don't know what I'm supposed to. I didn't want to go back to Goldberg, and now we're we're sitting here going back to Goldberg because Finn has to say something, had to open his mouth. Maybe he was drunk. I mean, they have a lot of pubs.
Oh my
In
god.
Ireland.
What is this gonna is this gonna be the decimation of Finn Balor now?
No, because I like Finn Balor, but maybe he. Let's give him a bit of a doubt. Maybe he was drinking. I mean, he does. He's
Oh
he's
my
Irish,
god.
so he does go to a lot of pubs. I mean,
Now Austin stereotyping people.
I'm not stereotyping. I know. I've seen him post that he goes to pubs on on Twitter and stuff.
He said, Finn, you're just a fucking drunk.
I'm not calling him a drunk. I'm just saying maybe he had a couple of drinks. Maybe with Sheamus or like.
Oh my god. This gets worse.
I mean, maybe with who was he? I don't think he's dating nobody actually. Never mind.
He's married.
You know, maybe he just had a couple drinks. I mean, maybe he's just talking and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Maybe.
I mean, I know he was in Japan for a while. Maybe he got the sake or whatever.
What?
It's like I think it's like a Japanese drink that like, it's like, it's not considered alcohol, but it's hallucinogenic. Oh God, Jesus. I've heard about that. Maybe he got that.
Oh my god.
I don't know. The prince isn't looking great here. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He didn't look great after the match because he got a nasty cut, and he doesn't look great here. So, I mean, would I be wrong though? Like,
Just let Austin go on his Finn Balor tirade.
I'm not even gonna go on a tirade because I like the guy, but like, this is just unacceptable. Like, it's definitely not gonna be to the extent of freaking Monday. Oh God. I mean,
Oh god, I'm just thinking about the Raw review now. Just how you killed Goldberg.
maybe he had like a couple of drinks with Sean Penn from Shaun of the Dead. Maybe he went to that pub.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think Finn Balor would have fit well in Shaun of the Dead. I don't know what we're going for. I mean, he's Irish, so They hid in the
Oh my
pub.
God, Austin.
They hid in the pub. That's all I'm saying. I'm not stereotyping.
Is there any more you want to say about Finn Balor?
Why does he keep going for kidney shots?
I don't
Every
know.
time, every time he freaking faces Kyle, he's always going for kidney shots. Did the guy does he owe him money? Like, is that his way of give me my $20? Or
Oh my God.
I don't know. Just saying. I think that's all.
Alright.
I mean, we've learned today that Karrion Kross is great. Xylee sucks. The way sucks. Freaking Grand Metalik and Santos Escobar is boring. Let's see. Raquel Gonzalez is somehow getting pushed. And Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly could have a good match. And also that Finn gets drunk.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad where he has to go to rehab for it. I'm just saying, he had a few too many.
Oh my God. Next Finn Balor is gonna be blocked by Austin on Twitter.
He had a couple pints. I mean,
A couple
it was just a
fights.
couple, but it was too much. It was too much for him. He's starting to talk good about Goldberg. I looked at Goldberg and none of Goldberg or his family have blocked me, so I think I'm in the clear.
Oh God, man.
uh,
Is that all you have to say about NXT, Austin?
I guess. Do you want me to talk about AEW as well?
You told me you hated it and you fast forwarded through it, so I don't know how much there is to talk about.
Well, I could talk about 3 things that I saw.
Alright. So this will be a NXT New Year's Evil and AEW New Year's Smash review, I guess.
Why did they call it New Year's Smash? It just sounds stupid. Alright, so I saw freaking God Cody Rhodes and Snoop Dogg.
I'm about to
Let's
put
talk
Snoop
about
Dogg
that
in the
first.
thumbnail. God, Snoop Dogg. I saw the clip
Oh
of him doing the
God.
freaking crossbody or the splash.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So basically,
Just to preface, I didn't see anything from AEW either. So
yeah, he didn't. He didn't. He just saw. He heard some of it because I was watching it while he was on the phone, but he didn't see any of it. So Snoop Dogg, for one, Snoop Dogg's gonna it's gonna destroy Sasha Banks. They're gonna destroy Sasha Banks in WWE because Snoop Dogg's in AEW now. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. Oh, but Snoop Dogg remixed Cody's theme. The remix sucks. So
I didn't hear it, but just thinking about what Cody's theme
I could
is.
send it. I could send it because they already uploaded it before they uploaded it before the show started. But Snoop Dogg comes out with Cody against because Cody's going against Matt Sydal, which was supposed to be the only good match that they would have had on that show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I fast forward a little bit, and I see two jobbers interfering in the match. They only show up on AEW Dark Luther, I guess, and Serpentico. I didn't even know their names until they said them. They interfere in the match and there's disqualification. So Snoop Dogg punches Luther, sits there and gets on the top rope. Serpentico's down, and he looks terrified because this guy's like 7 foot and he's on the top rope. So, like, he's shaking. He looks terrified. He tells Cody and Matt Sydal to move Serpentico closer because he was too far. He still botches the splash. He goes for a splash, but his legs look like they're about to hit the ground before he even gets to where he could splash him. So his legs hit the ground like he's standing, but then he flops down on Serpentico, and like the weakest splash I have ever seen. And dude, his butt's in the air because of how weak the splash was. He's not even sitting on him right, doing the splash.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So then he gets up, he shakes, he dusts himself off, and he's looking around like looking for people's reactions to it, and then he just puts his head down, and he's like raising Cody's hand because he was so embarrassed. You could tell he was so embarrassed and terrified. Like,
God.
oh
what did they
God,
expect
dude.
from Snoop Dogg doing a top rope splash?
No, that's like, dude, isn't Snoop Dogg like in his early 50s?
I think.
So like, why is he doing top rope splashes?
Let me look up his age, just fact check.
Oh yeah, fact check that. I don't want to
Snoop
be
Dogg
canceled for
is
being
49.
ageist. Okay, 49. Late 40s. Whatever. I was close.
No, the Snoop Dogg fans are gonna come after you.
I'm gonna be canceled for being ageist now. Alright. So, I did see a snippet of the start of it and, like, the start of the show. And it was painful. Like, I think Demo heard it. The freaking Acclaimed rapped to the ring.
Yeah.
They're name dropping John Cena. And then it was awful, dude. So that happened. So then John Moxley is somehow getting worse at his promos. They're getting even more outlaw. Okay, so there's that. MJF, I watched MJF's little thing that he did in the back, because I'm thinking
Walter.
of WWE. Wardlow beat Jake Hager because they had to have a grudge match or whatever. And MJF's like, saying, it's okay, Jake Hager, because he's being a two-faced piece of garbage, because that's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, it's great, but Jake Hager, like, says, you were gonna get knocked out, but I really appreciate that. And then fist bumps him. So, Jake Hager went from being this knockout MMA fighter, undefeated, to, thanks for checking on me, man. Thank you. I got feelings too, even though I should be stone cold because I'm like an undefeated MMA fighter. I'm gonna fist bump you. So they just ruined Jake Hager, even though he was stale is warm bread anyway.
Oh god.
Okay, then the last moment of the show, Kenny Omega beats Rey Fenix because they Kenny Omega always beats Rey Fenix. I don't like either one, Rey Fenix or Kenny Omega, but every time I see them fight, which has been like the 20th time at this point. So I fast forwarded that. I wasn't seeing it the 20th time because I don't want to see their Outlaw Mud Show,
You
freaking
sound just like Jim
AAA.
Cornette right now. I fast forwarded that. Did I miss anything, Brian?
But I sit there and fast forwarded to the end, and Jon Moxley has got his Mud Show freaking barbed wire bat and starts hitting Kenny Omega with it. So like, oh, it's cool, but it's not cool because it's garbage match wrestling, and it's Kenny Omega. It's a messed up situation because he's beating up Kenny Omega, but I don't like either of the guys, so I feel conflicted.
God.
So, and then Don Callis gets Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson from Impact because they're still doing the thing, and oh god, Hard to Kill soon. I just remembered that. But they, like, Jon Moxley gets some magic killer from the Good Brothers, and then the Young Bucks come out there trying to tell the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega to stop this. This is not what we need, and whatever. I hate the Bucks. The only people I like in this situation are the Good Brothers. And even then, them aligning themselves with the Bucks and Kenny Omega makes me hate them. So, really, I hate everybody in this situation right now. So then, Kenny and the Good Brothers do their stupid too sweet hand signal. Because Bullet Club, remember that? That was relevant in like 2013. Let's keep it going. It's 2021, guys. 8 years ago. It's not like we've done it to death. I'm pretty sure we got a cease and desist, so we can't really do this sign no more, but we're still gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh. And then freaking the Bucks reluctantly join, and they turn heel and do the too sweet with them, and the show ends.
He said Buck Hogan and Balding Buck.
I am so glad I watched NXT tonight, because if I watched AEW live, I don't know what would have happened.
You went on an AEW tirade.
Oh, I would have, because I would have suffered watching that live.
You should watch AEW next time.
No.
I'll make sure I can't watch. I was playing.
Hey, if I'm watching AEW live again, you're watching. So
I had to sit through Raw. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sit through AEW if I'm watching AEW live again.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so that was AEW and NXT.
Yep. This is going to be a shorter review than the Goldberg thing.
Well, I mean,
'Cause
I had a lot to say. How long have we been going?
I don't know. I won't know until I stop the recording.
Okay, I mean, I guess bye then, so we can see the recording.
All right, thank you all for watching this NXT/AEW review for January 6th, 2021.
See you Friday.
Yeah, we will be watching SmackDown. I will be able to watch, so we'll both give our thoughts on it. Hopefully SmackDown is a good show. I'm looking forward to it more than I was Raw. So, we'll see. But
all right.
We'll see y'all later. Peace.